This little lesson that we're going to be doing today is trying to help us with square roots, which the students have been learning. Alright, we started off on our last video talking about arrays, and we talked about rectangular arrays. When we introduce the students to square numbers, we start off by making square arrays. So that is 1 by 1. This is a 1 times 1 array, and that equals 1. Then we go on to continue that this is a 2 by, oops, so sloppy, sorry. This is a 2 by 2 array, and that equals 4. Then we continue on with this is a 3 by 3 array. So that equals 3 by 3, and that equals 9. And the pattern will continue. So what we're trying to teach the students with the arrays is all of these end up being a square array, which is another type of rectangle. So later on the students are going to have to determine, instead of writing it this way, we're going to write this as 1 squared, or 1 to the second power. So, which is the same as this, 1 times 1, and that's going to equal 1. On this array right here, it's going to be written as 2 to the square, 2 squared, or 2 to the second power. That's going to equal 2 times 2, and that equals 4. Our next array that we have here is 3 squared. Again, that is 3 times 3, and that equals 9. Then we're going to have 4 squared. 4 squared is going to equal 4 times 4, and that equals 16. And then our pattern is going to continue with the squares. 5 squared equals 5 times 5, and that equals 25. 6 squared equals 6 times 6, that equals 36, so on. Alright, now once the students get the pattern of squares, what a square number is, then we're going to move on to square root. Now, a square root is just the opposite of a square. Just like adding is the opposite of subtracting, multiplying, and division are opposites. Okay? What we're trying to do is find this number here, which is called the base. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and erase that right there. We let the students know that there are two numbers. We have our number here, which we call the base. The base is the number that we will be multiplying over and over again. This number over here is called the exponent. And the exponent tells us how many times will we use the base. In this case, we're going to use the base 2 times. 1, 2. We're going to use the base 2 times. 2, 2. We're going to use the base 3 2 times. 3, 3. So, once we get more into our lessons, the important thing for the students to realize is, and here's the mistake lots of students do. They say 5 squared equals 10 because they're thinking 5 times 2. Okay? And as what we need to do and help the students is for them to realize that no, that is not that is 5 squared, not 5 times 2. 5 squared means